I came to college and I knew for sure what I was going to major in. I was going to double major in ag education and horticultural science, and nothing was going to change my mind on that. Until I took an intro to horticulture class and realized I like plants, but I don't like them that much. And so that coming in like 6 weeks into college was a little difficult for me, like having the rug pulled out underneath me. However, I just went in and had a conversation with my advisor and said, I don't really know where I want to go at this point or what I want to do. And so he talked to me about a bunch of different options and where I see myself in the future. And we were able to land on a double major in agricultural education and agricultural communications. And that's definitely where I have found my strong suit.
I always knew I wanted to do something in animal science, but I didn't know exactly what. After talking to my academic advisor and my family and friends, I decided zoology was the major I wanted to pursue.
College is where you kind of actually find yourself. I learned things about myself that I never knew that I liked or disliked or anything like that.
It definitely takes effort. It's not a passive thing to find a passion. It definitely takes effort. You need to invest time in yourself and your activities, and eventually it'll invest its time and its benefits back into you.
If you follow what you love and what you're good at, success will find you eventually.
I think it's okay to listen to your heart, follow your heart, and do what you feel called to do.
Taking different electives that kind of have nothing to do with your major, but they still count towards an elective, so pushing yourself outside your comfort zone, or finding a club and organization outside of your college and it's something that you kind of just want to try. Doing those things in college will truly help you find yourself and just learn a lot more about yourself. You may decide that your major field is the only thing you like, and that's fine, but you never know until you take a step out and just try and learn more about yourself.
So when I first came to college, I was interested in becoming a speech and language pathologist. I thought that was the route that I wanted to take, and it wasn't until I took an elective course called Deaf Communication and Education, where I really got to learn about the deaf community and kind of found out that my passion was actually in the audiology field. While these two might go hand in hand, if I hadn't had taken that Deaf Communication and Education course, I would have not have known about audiology and what all that entailed. So my recommendation to you is just kind of take a course. It might not seem interesting to you at the moment, but you never know what it might spark inside of you.
Kind of exploring different opportunities here on campus and trying to find out which one works best for you will really help you just sort of learn about yourself and sort of think, oh, okay, so this is something I'm interested in. There's a lot of clubs and things like that on campus, whether they be academic or just purely just fun things. Just finding out your passions can be really helpful.
Don't put yourself in a box. Don't say, hey, I'm a teacher, or I'm an engineer, or I'm whatever. Don't identify yourself. If that does happen to be your passion, great, but explore some other areas for things that you might discover a passion on campus just by exploring.
If you make friends with people from other majors, you can learn about their career paths and what they're doing. I had a friend who was a sociology major, and now I'm a sociology minor just because I think it's so interesting and I think it's such a fascinating topic. So just talking to people and learning about what their goals are and what their experiences are can shape yours as well.
Career Services is an excellent resource on campus. Sometimes I've worked with students who feel uncertain about what they're studying, or maybe they're curious if they would even be able to do a certain job, whatever. Go talk to someone in Career Services, and they are so wonderful. They're helpful, whether you need help just finding a job right now, or considering what you want to do down the road.
Learning about different career paths is something that can be really important if you find yourself where you're not really interested in what you thought you were. Career Services is one way to do that. They can kind of learn about your interests and give you some ideas of what careers you could pursue.
You have to take generally a couple different electives, no matter your degree program. And when you take those electives, I just encourage you to find things that you think you have an interest in, and at least take one class that challenges a belief that you have is always what I've heard is great. I'll be doing that next semester. So just take something that directly challenges or makes you think differently about something that you've always thought. Part of college is growing as a person, and I think the best way to do that is challenging the way we believe things.
Just be patient with yourself. Not everything is gonna happen on your schedule or the schedule that you think it should happen on. You're not gonna immediately get here and find your best friend. I mean, if you do, that's great. But if you don't, that's also great. Not everything, it's just like life. Not everything is on a timeline, or especially your timeline. It's gonna happen how it's supposed to happen. And I would just say, be patient with yourself and give yourself time to get adjusted. You might get adjusted within the first week. You might get adjusted within the first semester. Just give yourself that time and know that not everyone is going to be on the same timeline as you.
So getting out of your comfort zone and trying different groups and organizations is a great way to get internships and do fun stuff like that. Learning to play guitar, learning to do the salsa or the tango, that would probably be out of my comfort zone, but it would probably be a lot of fun. Just doing things that you might not normally do and you may not get a chance to do later in life would be a good way to get out and learn about yourself.
Students at OSU have a lot of good opportunities because we have career services available to them. They can meet with a career consultant. They can take online career assessments to help them come up with ideas. I think having an individual meeting with one of our career consultants is such a useful and amazing resource that OSU offers. I would also suggest joining at least 2 clubs, one in line with your interests and one that is kind of out of your comfort zone. You might learn something about yourself that changes what your ultimate career path ends up being.